The nominations for the 2026 Grammys have officially been announced. Guys, let me tell you, some of these nominations are a joke, but regardless, certain artists absolutely swept it, including Kendrick Lamar. So guys, we're going to be touching upon all of the nominations in this episode. Lou's not here with us today. We have a special guest in the house.
I am here. And you want to know what's funny? Last year when we did the nominations video, you weren't there. So I was in the last year nominations video. But let's get into this. First thing I have to mention, Black Boy Max has a nomination.
Black Boy Max got nom.
And the Weeknd does not have a nomination. So that's going to be a talking point because I want to talk about the Weeknd not having a nomination. But let's start with Kendrick Lamar himself because he's all over this thing.
Yes, he is. So we already knew it was going to happen. He usually goes to the Grammys and they have a field day with his nomination. So to take you guys through everything that Kendrick got nominated for, and then we'll go through the official categories. So 30 for 30, Best Pop Duo/Duo Group Performance. Best Melodic Rap Performance, he got a nomination there for Luther. Best Rap Song, he got a nomination for TV Off. Best Rap Album, he got a nomination for GNX. Best Rap Performance, he got 2 of them in this category, if that wasn't enough. Chains and Whips and TV Off.
Crazy.
Song of the Year, all genres with Luther. Record of the Year, don't know what the difference is there, with Luther. And then after that, Album of the Year with GNX. And that is, again, for all albums. So...
And that's a total of 9 nominations.
9 nominations as a whole. That's absolutely crazy. But just before we get into the Kendrick conversation, should we go through most of the nominations at this point?
Yeah, let me start with the one that we all love to see, which is Best Rap Album. So for the Best Rap Album nominees, we had Glorious by Glorilla. You think it should be there? God Does Like Ugly by Jid. GNX by Kendrick Lamar, Chromacopia by Tyler, the Creator, and Let God Sort 'Em Out by Clips.
Yeah, so just to attack this category, I mean, okay, I'll say this. I got 3 out of the 5 nominations right.
So listen, we did a predictions video, and Ant gave 5 predictions. He got 3 out of 5 right. What are the 2 you got wrong?
So I got Glorious by Glorilla wrong, and then after that, God Does Like Ugly by Jid. I didn't think that they would nominate him, even though it's one of the best albums this year. They usually go for the biggest, mainstream releases, most streamed, biggest cultural moments of that said year.
Which is why you chose I Am Music by Playboi Carti,
absolutely.
Which, I mean, listen, I'm surprised not to see Carti at all on this list, right? You had Rather Lie, that was a fucking smash hit. You had Timeless, that was a smash hit. I would have expected to see at least one.
Yeah,
but
no nominations for Carti in this one.
Clips, not Clips, sorry, Freddie Gibbs and The Alchemist, Alfredo 2. I know this broke my heart. I know it broke yours. I know Lou's at home right now. Like, fuck, bro, where's Alfredo 2? Do you think it got snubbed?
I think it got snubbed for sure, especially if we're saying that these are the best rap albums of the year. I think that this is going to be a lock for me production-wise. I feel like it's one of the best produced albums of the year, at least in hip-hop. The Uncle Al sample flips are absolutely incredible. The best duo album, actually, this year from an artist and producer. So I feel like they also did a great job at replicating the feeling and the hype of the first Alfredo installment.
Which was nominated for the Grammys, right?
Yes, exactly. But what's crazy, too, is in the rap categories, Freddie and Al got nominated for absolutely nothing, bro. Not Ensalada didn't get nominated. Mar-a-Lago didn't get nominated. Nothing got nominated from that album, even on Records of the Year. So let's go through the Best Rap Song of the Year nominees.
Wait, before we get to that, sorry, Best Rap Album. Who do you think will win? In your opinion, and who do you think the Grammys is going to give it to? So who do you think should win, and who do you think will win?
Well, listen, my rap album of the year last year in 2024 was Chromacopia, so I feel like it's the best produced album out of all of these here. It's one of Tyler's best written albums in his discography. I love the concert and the tour. All of this music being played live was absolutely ridiculous. So Chromacopia should win. Who do I think is going to win? I think they're going to give it to GNX this year.
Okay, so I think Clips should win for Best Rap Album, but I think they're going to give it to GNX.
They're for sure going to give it to GNX.
But let's go on to the Best Rap Song. Go for it, Ant.
All right, Best Rap Songs. We have TGIF by Glorilla. Anxiety by Doechii. That's fucking ridiculous.
Shout out Doechii.
TV Off by Kendrick Lamar. Sticky by Tyler. I have no idea how this shit got nominated. It's not even the best song on that album. And then after that, The Birds Don't Sing. That was another one of my predictions. I got 3 again. 3 out of 5 at least for me. I guessed Anxiety, TV Off, and The Birds Don't Sing. So, Nick, I'm going to ask you this question.
TV Off.
I guessed TV Off. Yes, either TV Off or Luther for this one.
Yeah.
But I kind of guessed that Luther would be maybe placed in like Record of the Year or Best Melodic Rap Song, which it
was. Yeah.
We're gonna go through those categories. Who do I think should win this based off of what I have here? I think The Birds Don't Sing is definitely the best written song here. It was a wonderful moment for Clips coming back all this time, obviously speaking about their parents and the influence that they had on their career and their trajectory as human beings in this world. I fucking love that record, so I think that should win. Who do I think is gonna win this?
Don't say Anxiety by Doechii. Don't say it, bro. Because that has a good chance of winning this
But
Grammy
they're gonna
award,
do
bro.
it. You know they're
Listen,
gonna do
man.
it.
Listen,
Imagine the
Doechii's-
headlines.
Yeah.
So I'm gonna ask you the same question. Who do you think's winning? Who do you think should win though?
I agree with you. I think the Birds Don't Sing should win this. I think it's the best written song out of all of these here. The message is incredible. Honestly, it's one of those songs that whether you're a fan of Clips or not, you hear that and know that it's a beautiful record. Who will win? Bro, TGIF was a big song too, bro. I know everyone in the comments is like, what the fuck's Nick saying? Bro, TGIF was massive. You had Rihanna playing that shit. That was like a...
That was a huge cultural moment.
That was a huge cultural moment. But I think if they have to give it to someone, it would be...
It's between K-Dot and Clips for this one.
Yeah,
for sure.
I think they're going to give it to Kendrick again. I really think this is going to be a Kendrick sweep once again at the Grammys. I think it's deserved. I think Kendrick had a monster year last year. He's having a monster year this year. The whole tour alongside this GNX rollout has just been hand in hand.
And of course, it's going to carry into this year because it was released in the month of November of
Yes.
2024.
I have a question for you, though.
yeah.
Now, I know we're speaking about rap song, but let's just speak about GNX. Where would GNX place, roughly, obviously this is a rough estimate, in your top 10 list if it was released
Top
in
5 for
2025?
sure.
Top 5 for sure?
It would be an absolute lock for this year. It was
Okay.
in my top 3 last year. I thought it was a great album. I feel like it's a bit overhated as a record as well, just because either you're not fucking with that hyphy sound or you attribute it too much to what happened with Drake last
Exactly.
year. If you really look at it for what it is, some of his best ever concepts on that track list, stuff like Reincarnated, Gloria, The Heart Part 6, like you really have incredible
Yeah.
tracks on there. Whacked Out Murals is sick. Squabble Up is
Whacked
sick.
Out Murals
TV
is
Off.
crazy, yeah.
My goodness. Hey Now. Like Hey Now's my favorite
Yeah.
song off of that entire track list to play on the aux. So I really do enjoy it. But how about you, bro? Where would it place this year if you had to consider everything?
I think it would be in my top 10, 100%. I think it's the most unorthodox Kendrick project. I mean, we've said that so many times, just the fact that it's almost like he's fucking around to a certain extent, you know? So I think that's what makes this project a bit more polarizing, I guess, for the traditional Kendrick Lamar fan. But I think a top 10 placement is almost a lock. You know?
Yeah, and you know what? It was sick because like he did this regional sound that really like I wouldn't say influenced other people to dive into it, but you saw other people like Metro, for example, go attack like that classic old ATL sound,
Yeah.
and that worked out for him, right? Like I like the trend that he had set with this. I'm sure there was people that were doing it before Kendrick, but it definitely had an influence on other rappers to go
Yeah.
through it. So
And he put on a fuck ton of, LA artists that was like, you're literally putting them on the biggest stage in the world after the beef on a Kendrick Lamar record. So it was cool because I think, if I'm not mistaken, who was featured on TV Off?
no one was featured on TV.
No, I think there was.
It was
Lefty
yeah, it was
Gunplay.
Lefty, eh?
Bro, Lefty Gunplay has a fucking Grammy
Grammy
nomination, bro. Like, that's amazing. You know
Bro's
what I
gonna
mean?
get a trophy at his house if this thing wins. That's
Bro,
absolutely ridiculous.
Lefty Gunplay has a nomination and The Weeknd doesn't. That's literally the narrative that I'm gonna run with here.
Yeah.
But let's go on to another category, which is hold
Best
up.
rap performance. So
Yeah, go for
we got Outside by Cardi B, Stinky. Anxiety by Doechii, another nom there. TV Off by Kendrick Lamar. Darling I, that's a serious record
Yeah.
off of Chromacopia. And then after that, Chains and Whips. Kendrick is just absolutely everywhere.
Yeah.
And then just to go to best melodic rap performance, and then we'll do what should win. And then after
both,
that, what do
yeah.
we think will win for both? You have Proud of Me by Friday, Wholeheartedly by Jid, Luther by Kendrick Lamar, Wamage by Terrace Martin and Kenyon Dixon. And then after that, Somebody Loves Me by Drake and PND.
Yeah, so that's the is that the one and only Drake and PND Some Sexy Songs for You nomination? I think so.
Yes, sir.
But let's speak about the best rap performance, because listen, I obviously think, and I think you think as well, that Chains and Whips should win this. I think when we're talking about best rap performance, that is literally the best rap performance that I've heard almost all year. Kendrick's verse is one that I'm still trying to process to this day. Pusha T and Malice have a crazy verse as well. Will it win? I think it will win 100%. What do you
think so?
You think Chains and Whips takes the...
Yeah, Chains and Whips for
has
sure.
to.
I think Clips have a serious chance of going to this Grammys, bro, and just absolutely ripping it
For
apart.
sure, bro. And it's
Yeah.
as they should. You know what I mean? They definitely deserve it.
Okay, so let's have this conversation,
yeah.
right? Like looking at what happened with Kendrick the last time he went to the Grammys. It was a sweep, but not like us, bro. This guy just brought home a whole trophy cabinet to put in his kitchen. It's absolutely ridiculous. So, is he going to do it again? That's the whole question, because every single time he goes to the Grammys, they just send him home with a box. So, with that being said, do you think it's happening again this year?
Listen, if I was a betting man, which sometimes I am, I would put my fucking money on Kendrick Lamar. You know what I mean? And again, I know I sounds like I'm repeating myself, but it's for good reason. He had a killer of a year. Songs like Luther, which we'll get into those categories, but these are some of the biggest songs of the year. They lived on the charts for so long. They've broken records, and that's for good reason. You know, it's not some cheesy pop hit. And I think for things like Luther, for things like GNX, there's a big chance that he wins a lot of these fucking awards. And then on top of it, to have 2 nominations in the same category with TV Off and Chains and Whips, like, bro, if this is not looking like a Kendrick sweep, I don't know what the hell would. You know what I mean? So, what was the next category you said? Best melodic, right?
Yes, best melodic.
Because I want to speak about that one because I found it interesting to see the JID nomination there.
We have the anxiety cover on this. That's crazy.
Which one?
on Jid's Wholeheartedly when we put up the IG post.
Oh shit, wrong cover.
Yeah, that's
it is what it is. But listen, I think listen, do you find Wholeheartedly worthy of the nomination? I actually listened back to the song a couple of times. It's actually grown on me from that Jid project.
It has.
But Grammy nomination worthy, I probably wouldn't have put it. I'm trying to think of what the fuck else I would have put to replace it, but I just don't feel like it's
honestly, bro. Just give him the dubs though. Just give him the dub.
For sure,
you know,
bro.
like,
Listen, Jid is the artist that he is, and he is deserving of every award that he's nominated for based on the quality that we've received. But one question I wanted to ask you about Jid: did he get nominated for the Forever Story?
Did he get nominated? No, he didn't.
So this is the first time that he's really nominated for besides
someone could fact check me, but I don't believe that.
Let me search this up. Actually,
I don't think he got nominated for the Forever Story.
He didn't. Yeah. So I mean, listen, he was technically a part of the nominations for the Revenge of the Dreamers.
Yes, he was.
Tape. And listen, like I think all the Jid nominations are worthy of one. I just think that if he's being nominated this year, he should have been nominated for the Forever Story because that was, you know, the project that it is. But I want to go on to another category, which was album of the year.
All categories.
Album of the year. So listen, we have 3 hip hop albums in this list, which is fucking sick because this is album of the year, all genres. The nominees go like this: Clips, Let God Sort 'Em Out; Kendrick Lamar, GNX; Chromacopia by Tyler the Creator; Mutt by Leon Thomas; Swag by Justin Bieber; Mayhem by Lady Gaga; Debi Tirar Mas Fotos by Bad Bunny; and Man's Best Friend by Sabrina Carpenter. So a lot of nominations.
Sabrina Carpenter or Lady Gaga is getting that shit for sure.
You think so?
Yeah, I think this is where they're going to snub it again. And what's crazy is that it's a pretty heavy year for rap, not for rap albums being in this category. Traditionally, I'm not sure what was the last rap album to really win, like, overall album of the year. I think it was The Miseducation by Lauryn Hill, if I remember correctly.
Could be, yeah.
I think that was the last time. Could it happen? I think we have the best chances. Where you got Chromacopia in there. They love Tyler at the Grammys. We got K-Dot in there. And then after that, who was the last one?
Clips.
And then we got Clips as well.
I think if Clips wins album of the year, all genres, that is the crazy. That's legendary, bro.
That is legendary. But that would complete a legendary comeback from this duo that has not produced music in nearly 2 decades together, bro. It's absolutely ridiculous. But okay, now that we've gone through all the categories,
hold on. There's actually another one I want to go through, which is record of the year, because this is where Luther becomes a force, right? So for record of the year, we have Luther by Kendrick Lamar and SZA. We have Anxiety by Doechii. We have DTMF by Bad Bunny. We have Man-Child by Sabrina Carpenter. Wildflower by Billie Eilish. Abracadabra by Lady Gaga. The Subway by Chappell Roan. And Apartment by Rose and Bruno Mars. Listen, bro. I don't care what anyone says. I know Luther lived on the charts. People are fed up of it. People are saying it got overplayed. I loved it when it came out. I'm not listening to the song anymore, but it is definitely worthy of some silverware. So what do you think?
Yeah, I think it's probably going to come home with something.
Yeah,
whether it's best melodic rap performance or it's this would be monumental to get song of the year.
And it broke records, bro.
For hip hop. Yeah, it broke records. It lived on the charts. Quality of the music. I mean, when GNX first came out, I still kind of hold this take. I think it's slightly overrated as a song, but regardless, though, it did what it did for the masses. So who gives a fuck about my opinion in this case?
You have the overrated. On
you
the
have the whole
take.
Overrated stamp on Luther. Like, don't get me wrong, the sample flip is incredible.
For sure.
I really like SZA's performance. It's just more of like K-Dot singing in it that I'm not the biggest fan of, but that's just me. Like, I'm a hip hop fan at the end of the day. But whatever it is, I think that at least seeing Kendrick getting all of these nominations, he's gonna have to walk away with at least a couple. Bro.
Well, this is what I wanted to do right now. So we kind of went through everything. I know there's Song of the Year, which is similar to Record of the Year, which,
Yeah.
you know, the real important thing to know is that Luther is on that list as well. But just going back to what you started this episode with, which was the fact that Kendrick Lamar has the most Grammy nominations for 2026 with 9 of them. I'm going to say each nomination once again, and you tell me if you think he's winning that or not, so
Yeah,
we
let's
could
do
sort
it.
of get your prediction. 30 for 30, best pop duo group performance.
No, I don't
Not
think he's
winning.
getting it there.
Best melodic rap performance, Luther.
Yes.
Yes, that's one. I agree. Best rap song, TV Off. That's a 50-50. I would go no.
I would
for
go
it.
no on this. I think the Birds Don't Sing is probably gonna get this
Cool.
one.
Best rap album, GNX.
I think so. I think they're gonna give it
Yeah,
to him.
I would say the same. So we're 2 for 4 right now. Chains and Whips or TV Off for best rap performance. But he has double the
Yeah, I
amount
think one of them is
chances.
for sure getting it.
So 100%. So that's 3 for 5. Luther Song of the Year.
No.
I think it has a chance, bro.
You think it's gonna do it?
Bro, for sure. It's
Okay, a
fucking
little,
one of the
little
biggest songs.
$15 wager.
$15
Okay,
wager.
let's do the wager then. Yeah, fuck it,
$5 wager.
So what about? I owe you a $10 tab right now, if I remember
Yes,
correctly.
you owe me a $10 tab. Everybody knows that now. Now it's on record. Yeah, but the odds are against me, bro. Because if any other song wins, you win that.
We were in
bet,
this
right?
situation yesterday when we ran up the tab, bro, to $10. So I mean, do you want to do it? Yes or no? Double or nothing. I bring you.
Let's go, bro. Double or nothing, bro.
I bring you up to 20 quid, bro.
So Song of the Year. If Luther wins Song of the Year, it's 20 quid.
It's 20 quid now. The tab's up to 20. And
Okay,
then,
so you don't think Luther's winning Song of the
I
Year?
don't
Which
think-
means you don't think Luther's winning Record of the Year for whatever fucking difference that is.
yeah.
And then Album of the Year, GNX. I don't think GNX is winning.
I'm
album
not sure.
Of the
No,
year,
there's
all
too much
genres.
competition there, and there's other rap albums in that category as
So
well.
listen, we're looking at, like you said, right? Kendrick should walk away with shit. Based on your predictions, you may have said 4 or maybe 5 out of the 9 nominees. Kendrick is walking
I think he's
away
maybe
with
going to
the
do
dub.
half of them. Yeah,
And
and that
that's-
would put him in a whole different category
It
when
would,
it comes to
absolutely.
his wins.
And I'm curious to do the fact checking on what the most Grammys from a rapper. I know Kanye's in a list somewhere.
Jay-Z has the most at the moment, or I think
So I
he's tied.
wonder if Kendrick were to win, let's say 5 of these 9, where that places him sort of
We'll
in an
actually
all-time.
do it
yeah,
right
pull it
now.
out.
Yeah, we'll pull this up for you guys right now. Who has the most Grammy nominations or wins, should I say, for a rapper? I know Jay-Z and Ye are definitely in that category. I know Kendrick now is it's Jay-Z, Kanye, Kendrick for Jay?
Yeah.
Yeah, I'll look it up. Hold on,
Yeah,
Grammy
it's,
wins by a rapper. Bang. Let's see.
crazy shit, man. And just to say, by the way, Kendrick is really going back to back.
Yeah, he's doing it.
He's going back to back, bro.
He's
Like
doing
it's
it,
what
bro.
it is, man. He's doing it. It's deserved. And you know what? I know there's gonna be a bunch of Drake stans, shitting on Kendrick being nominated. A bunch of Kendrick stans, overpraising it. At the end of the day, guys, it's undeniable. Whether you're a fan or not, you have to fucking put the bias aside at a certain point and be like, this guy had a year. And actually 2 years. He had 2 fucking years.
Yeah,
so
since
these
the month-
nominees
yeah.
are worth it for sure.
Since the month of March, when the Like That verse dropped, I feel like he's just
He was on go mode,
Yeah,
bro.
he's been on go mode, and now it's interesting because he's wrapped up the tour, I believe, if I'm not mistaken.
He should have, yeah.
Yeah, it's
should've.
either wrapped up or it's close to being done. I think it is wrapped up though. Gets me excited for a new Kendrick era actually, because once
Yeah.
GNX goes through the Grammys, like after that, there's new material to
Yeah.
be created, and there's a new era of Kendrick on the way. So hopefully that happens. But here's the most Grammys won by a rapper. So number 1 is Jay-Z with 25.
Okay.
Number 2 is Kanye West with 24, and Kendrick is at number 3 with 22 as a whole.
Shit.
So he would have to win 4 Grammys to take the number 1 spot,
Which
or
you predicted 4 or 5. So
yeah, but I could see that happening.
Yeah,
I
for
think they're
sure.
going to do it for him this year. And then after that, Kendrick would have to get 3 just to at least tie Jay. But there is a possibility he walks away and he's not number 1.
Well, bro, listen. I think he's guaranteed tying Jay. There's no way he doesn't win at least 3 at this award show. So if he wins a 4th, he's number 1. Is that what you said?
If he wins 4, he's at number 1 because he has 22, and that would bring him up to
that's- I think
26
it's
over
happening.
Jay. I mean, let me have this conversation with you. So there's a
Yeah.
lot of people that say that it's undeserved and that they just like
For Kendrick.
Yeah, for Kendrick, right? And that Kendrick just he opens his mouth, and then after that, bang, the Grammys just load him up. But when you're listening to a record like GNX and you're getting stuff like Reincarnated and Gloria, bro, and you're getting incredible records too, like even the Mr. Morale era with the Heart Part 5 and Mr. Morale as a whole, like It is merited.
Well,
It's
listen,
definitely merited.
we're not going to shy away from the fact that there is favoritism in the Grammys and that they've, made horrible calls, and you could tell, they have their favorites at the end of the day. But when it's a guy like Kendrick Lamar who did what he did, it's absolutely merited. So there's a bit of both sides of the argument to bring into this, but at least this is not like a fucking Macklemore situation.
That's what I'm trying to say. Do you think back in 2013 when that incident happened, or was it 2014? It was one of those
They
years.
knew to like,
They were just like, well,
yeah.
we robbed him once, so we kind of have to load him up now.
Yeah.
You know?
Listen, maybe that's the case, which would suck, right? Because it still takes out the integrity behind just being honest about what should be where it is. My biggest concern is, if GNX is getting the love that it got, it goes back to your point. It's why didn't GKMC get that love? Why wasn't GKMC nominated for Album of the Year, all genres?
Well,
Or
yeah,
maybe
the
it
committee,
was. I don't even know.
The committee changes. There's different things
Yes.
that go into it. I understand that. But I think at least with these GNX placements, it's in most of our community's top 5 albums of 2024,
Yeah,
if not
for sure,
top 10. And I'd like to see that he's still going at it, bro. All the way from the To Pimp a Butterfly era when he started winning all of these Grammys, it's just been every single album he's put out, even with the Black Panther soundtrack.
Yeah.
He won there, bro. Mr. Morale, he won there. The Not Like Us running all the diss tracks. He went to the Grammys and he left with a whole fucking
And
crate
bro,
of trophies.
all that said, this is one of the best artists of our time, of our generation. You know what I mean? So this is like, you're watching a master at work, and you're watching the master at work now get praised for his work, and you have to love it. As a music fan, you have to love it. It is deserved. But I want to have a quick conversation before we wrap this up about The Weeknd, bro.
Yeah, that's
Because
insane.
I personally think, I know you probably feel the same. I think Hurry Up Tomorrow is still one of the best albums that I've heard all year. And to not see it get a nomination, not one fucking nomination with that high quality production, everything, bro, just a high quality project. Did The Weeknd get snubbed? Is
He
the
for sure
snub?
got snubbed.
Yeah.
Oh, come on, put that in album or record of the year,
Yeah.
bro. Do something. Like
And-
there's so many songs on there. Like there's literally no excuse, right? Because the album is cinematic. It's a high budget album. It was a huge cultural moment when he dropped it. It has the community and the entire, like, let's say, I would say, like, purist standpoint of music. Like, everyone fucks with this album.
100%.
People know it's one of his best. Like, this at least needed a nomination. You don't want to give him anything, that's fine. But he needed some sort of representation here. Going into Hurry Up Tomorrow, kind of like what I was saying with Tyler with Chromacopia, arguably his best written album to this date. It wraps up the entire Weeknd like era. Like, this is
Yeah.
supposed to be the last album underneath the Weeknd moniker. And I feel like, especially for music fans, he's kind of like our mega pop star, bro. There's no one that streams better than him besides like maybe Drake at
Yeah.
that point, or like Taylor Swift.
I don't even
but
think so, but
but
yeah.
he's still like, he's there, bro. Like, there's all the cases for a Grammy committee to be like, okay, you know?
But going back to your point of the whole favoritism conversation, do you think this was like a fuck you from the Grammys? You know what
They
I
did
mean?
a whole fuck you thing.
Because listen, The Weeknd's obviously known, for anyone that doesn't know the history, to not fully be in line with the Grammys. There was obviously the whole thing last year of like an apology or
Yeah,
whatever
there was-
the Grammys and The Weeknd exchanged. And then the guy drops arguably the best album that we've heard all year and gets 0 nominations.
I know, it's absolutely
like. Do you
crazy.
think there's some
Oh,
shit?
for sure.
Yeah.
I mean, but I don't know their taste. I don't know how they do this process, but hey, whatever. If the committee doesn't
is
want
what
it,
it
they're
is.
not putting it in. Last conversation, actually, just to really wrap
Yeah,
this up.
yeah.
Drake and Party Next Door, right? Because I don't believe Drake himself officially put anything in for submission, because him and the Grammys have not been good for numerous amounts
Oh,
of
yeah.
years now. What else is new with Drake? But regardless, they got one nom from Some Sexy Songs for You.
Yeah.
Do you think that album should have been nominated anywhere else?
I think Nokia should have been nominated.
For sure.
I think a lot of people will agree as well. I think Nokia should be nominated. Again, the fact that it's a solo Drake song, did that count as a submission, or did they really just submit the songs with PND and the project as a whole? I have no idea. But I think Nokia was one of the biggest moments of the year. It's one of the biggest hits of the year, and I do think that was worthy of a nomination. Aside from that, I wouldn't have put anything else, to be honest.
No, I
don't
wouldn't
know
have
about
put
you.
the album itself, but at least for best melodic rap performance, Nokia had to be there.
Well, there is Somebody Loves Me in those nominations.
Should
right?
have been Nokia.
Yeah, it should have been Nokia, but again, you know what I mean? It's It's a solo Drake song, bro. Are the Grammys really gonna put a solo Drake song?
He even got the IMAX video for it.
Bro, come on.
Broski put the whole IMAX.
That was a
production.
good song, like Drake or not. That was a fire fucking song, and it was a movement moment for this year. So, anyways, I think it should have been there for sure.
It should have been nominated. But guys, let us know in the comment section, where did the Grammys get it right? Where did they get it wrong? And how are your predictions? Did you guys do well with your predictions? Were there any surprises for you guys? Much love to everyone. Hit the subscribe button if you guys want to see more video content just like this, and we'll catch you on the next one. Peace.